What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. Hello, somebody. All right, so, man, we got Dapper Dan warns us about Diddy's moms, saying that she taught Diddy the freak-off techniques at a secret Harlem club. Wowzers. I heard about she had owned the club. I didn't know she was freaking off in the club. So Diddy got it honestly, I guess. Spicy.
I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from home. Born here, raised here.
I'm trying to figure out one thing. What in the world that you was eating, my boy? Because whatever it is, it should be a funeral for it. You was killing that shit.
Love you too.
Now that was weird already.
A lot of things that you see happen came about from not even from my generation, but the generation that became before me.
You gotta realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also Ladies of the Night, a tuition ring too.
Dapper Dan tried to warn us about...
Wow, so the mama been doing some weird stuff before Diddy became in the picture and started doing weird things. It's so freakiness is in their DNA. They're born like this, bro. It's hereditary. Diddy got hereditary freak-off syndrome.
Diddy's mom, and we did not listen.
Wow.
Because the whispers coming out of Harlem right now, they're saying Janice Combs wasn't just your regular supportive mom. She was allegedly the Madam of Madness, running secret clubs and teaching her son how to freak long before bad boy was even a thought. And here's the kicker. People claim she's the one who introduced Diddy to them freak-off techniques. She allegedly him in the game, taught him how to move, taught him how to manipulate, and y'all, some even say she was participating in those freak-offs herself. Now remember when that Cassie video dropped and the world saw Diddy lay hands on her in that hotel hallway? The internet went insane. But who was the first person to jump in and defend him? His mama, Janice. She stood 10 toes down like he was the victim. But according to Harlem insiders, she might have known the truth all along. And the more you dig, the darker it gets. Now the question is,
She might have been inside the hotel room. Hell, we never know.
Was Mama Combs just a ride or die mom, or was she the real mastermind behind the madness? Let's get into it.
I think that she likes
The
to party.
mastermind.
She party with young people. She's always been like that.
So before Puff Daddy got cuffed and snatched up by the feds, Harlem fashion OG Dapper Dan already had something to say, and trust me, he wasn't sugarcoating none of it. When they asked him about the whole Puff Daddy drama, Dap didn't defend him. He didn't drag him either. Instead, he hit us with that deep, generational Harlem wisdom. He said he grew up around Puff's parents, which includes Mama Janice Combs, and according to him, this ain't new. Dap basically said, what we're seeing now with Diddy, it didn't start with him. It's part of a much bigger cycle that's been going on for decades. Like this wild behavior, the power abuse, the secret parties, that whole culture, it was already brewing long before Bad Boy Records ever existed. The only difference now? Social media got everything out in the open. No more hiding behind champagne glasses and Versace shades. And honestly,
No more
what Dapper
hiding
Dan
now.
said makes a lot of sense now. Because let's talk about the rumors, and guys, there's plenty. People have been whispering that Janice Combs didn't just raise Diddy, she raised him into the lifestyle. There's been speculation that she exposed him to those infamous freak-offs. They had a, let's say, unusual mother-son relationship. And the craziest part? Some people are claiming that Janice herself was an active participant in some of the very same freak-offs that Diddy is being taken to court over right now.
Dang.
Yes, the ones with the
Mama,
lawsuits, the
super
NDAs,
freak.
and the traumatized victims. There's an old clip of Diddy and his mama side by side, both getting IV drips, allegedly for hydration. But here's where it gets nasty. Court docs mention that at Diddy's freak-offs, these things would go on so long and get so wild that people needed IV drips afterwards to rehydrate. Like people would be passed out, sweating, exhausted, straight up medically drained. Now, I'm not saying Janice and Diddy had just come from one of those events, but the optics are real suspicious.
Introduce her to my mom.
Wow.
Call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
Look, hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good.
You know what, bro? This is sick. But at the same token, the IV drops, I've heard that on plenty of videos, bro, that they get the IV drops because they freak out for so long. And now he's making a video with him and his mom getting some damn IV drops. Well, IV, damn, if they get they're getting IV. I said IV. But man, I'm just saying, this is weird, bro.
Baby, I'll be with you.
And it doesn't stop there. People have raised eyebrows over how
Did that go over some of y'all head when I said IV, damn? Because they're getting IV drops. And I know it's IV, but I said IV. Whatever.
touchy Diddy gets with his mom on camera. There's footage of him kissing her on the lips, y'all. And not like a Lil Peck either, full lips.
I love you.
Love you too.
Look, and then the mama the one that insinuate the kiss. Did y'all see that, bro? The mom was the one that insinuated the kiss, bro. Watch this.
Touchy Diddy gets with his mom on camera. There's footage of him kissing her on the lips, y'all. And not like a Lil Peck either, full lips.
I love you.
Love you too.
Right here, look. Bam.
Then he goes on talking about how his mom's single and needs a man at 85 years old. Like, sir, that's your mama. That ain't suspect to y'all because it's given weird.
Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single.
And here's someone no one is really talking about yet. Everybody thinks Janice used to be a model, but people from Harlem say that's cap. Rumors say she was really a madam, allegedly hooking up young girls with powerful men behind the scenes. And all that modeling stuff, that was just the front. The glitz, the glam, the distraction. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, deals were being made and young girls were getting pimped out. And guess who was soaking it all in from the sidelines? A young Diddy.
When she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies
Dang.
of the night, the little wild parties. When she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business.
Word on the street is he learned everything from her. Everything: how to manipulate, how to control, how to charm people while doing the worst behind closed doors. And listen, insiders have been backing up this story for years. Jaguar Wright went on record saying exactly that. She claimed Janice was the blueprint, the head madam in charge. And Diddy just followed her playbook. Even Mace, who's had his fair share of beef with Diddy over the years, he said Janice knows everything. He said Diddy has been hiding behind his mom this whole time, like she's the vault for all the secrets.
Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead.
And let's not forget how Janice
Yeah, Mace had went off on that video. I remember Mace had went off on Diddy on that video.
always pops up to defend her son every time something blows up. Case in point, that Cassie video. The one where we all saw Diddy put hands on her in that hotel. The internet was stunned. But who was one of the first people to jump up and defend him? Janice. She painted him like he was some innocent little boy, like he was the victim. Meanwhile, we all saw what really went down. She knew better. She knew what he was capable of, but she still stood by him.
Embattled music.
Bro, how's she gonna sit here and say her son was the freaking victim in that hotel video? When it's clear as that, bro. Janice, you got to be out your cuckoo rockers, bro. Diddy tried to kick Cassie's head off like he was kicking a field goal from 65 yards in the Super Bowl. He just missed her head, bro. She lucky. She probably would have had a concussion off that one. Maybe a little brain damage or a little skull crush or something, bro. He really tried to kick her head off.
Mogul Sean Combs' mother is defending her son. She's calling the charges of trafficking and racketeering a public.
Hold on. Good kissed again. I missed that.
Knew what he was capable of.
I was talking too much.
But she still stood by him.
Embattled music mogul Sean Combs' mother is defending her son. She's calling the charges of trafficking and racketeering.
It looked like she wanted to kiss on the lips again, but he went to the side.
A pain too unbearable to put into words.
Speaking of Diddy and his violent behavior toward women, let's talk about a darker, more twisted layer that most people ain't ready for. Because believe it or not, there are claims floating around that Janice Combs herself may have been one of Diddy's first victims. Gene Deal, who used to work real close to Puff back in the day, said he was told by Kirk Burrows, one of Diddy's old partners, that Diddy was caught cursing at his mom, and not just yelling. Allegedly, he slapped her.
He used to cuss his mama out like a sailor, and I told him, and Miss Combs, you could get mad all you want to, you know this is true. That cussed you out in front of on 19th Street at the old bad boy office downstairs who was getting in the limousine. And I said, boy, if I ever hear you cuss your mom again.
Now hold up. Slapped his own mother? The same woman he kisses on the lips? The same one he calls a queen every other interview? It's not adding up. But if that story's true, it changes everything. Because see, now people are speculating something even deeper. And yes, I'm talking bloodline deep. Some people believe Janice Combs might not even be Diddy's real mother. They say the real Janice, his biological mom, may have died a long time ago, allegedly. And this woman we've seen all these years might actually be his aunt.
The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute, no whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Now, why would they cover that up?
Wow.
Well, if you follow the trail back far enough, it gets messy.
Bro, that's crazy.
Diddy's biological father, Melvin Combs, was allegedly a known government informant, a Fed, a snitch. The streets knew it, and Harlem whispered it. And Jaguar Wright said this man wasn't no little player. He was allegedly neck deep in shady ops, snitch deals, political favors, and straight up street betrayals. It's giving Fed family dynasty because Diddy himself has been called a Fed too. Let's not forget, Kanye called him one on camera. Said Puff was acting like the federal police, and everybody online was like, he might not be lying though.
Now his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether.
And when you look at Diddy's behavior, how he moved in silence but always comes out untouched, how he always knew who to throw under the bus and when, it's suspicious. Like father, like son. And here's where it really turns into a full-blown Harlem horror story. There's whispers, old interviews, people who grew up around them, that say Puff's childhood was surrounded by substances, X, and secrets. People claiming they walked into rooms full of adult men, naked women, and little Diddy just sitting there, watching, while adults like Janice looked the other way. And now, people are saying maybe she didn't just look the other way. Maybe she participated. Like this one fan said online, yeah, and his mom might not be his mom. We've been knew this-ish. People have always known, and when you connect the dots from the freak-offs to the IV drips to the kissing on the lips, it paints a disturbing picture. It might also explain why their dynamic is so weirdly intimate. The touchy moments, the way Janice allegedly took part in the freak-offs, while her son was not only attending, but watching, and sometimes even hosting. Gene Deal also claimed that Janice wasn't just attending those events. She was out here trying to hook up with the bodyguards too. According to Gene, she was straight up trying to seduce them, not even hiding it.
But why you believe she knew about the freakos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there.
So now we got a woman who was allegedly a madam, potentially not even his real mom, possibly grooming him into the lifestyle, and trying to hook up with his security team? Real suspect. Now here's something else you might have missed. In an old 1999 interview with Vibe magazine, Diddy casually revealed that he lost his innocence at just 12 years old. He said it like it was a coming-of-age moment, even mentioning that he had already started exploring certain things at 11.
Damn, Diddy
and
12?
I mean, playing with himself, after watching late-night content on a cable access show. And in that same interview, it was reported that his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez was just laid back on the couch while a certain grown-up documentary show played in the background. Y'all, that's not boy becomes man energy. That's serious trauma that got treated like a personality trait. And according to whispers that have been floating around the industry for years, Janice wasn't in the dark about any of it. In fact, she might have been the one guiding it. One source in the Making of a Bad Boy docuseries claimed that Diddy preferred to use red lights during his now infamous parties. Like, seriously. Red lighting, mood setting, that eerie, low-lit energy, you know what that implies. And get this, some people allege he also picked that up from Janice herself, calling her a master of the vibe, the kind of person who knew how to set a scene, and not in a wholesome
Master
way.
of the vibe.
The studio or any rooms is red, is making love. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
Now let's zoom out for a sec. There's another powerful name that pops up here, Clive
Davis.
Allegedly, he had ties to Diddy's father, Melvin Combs, before Melvin passed. After Melvin's passing, Diddy just coincidentally ends up under Clive's wing as a young man. It's giving chosen one energy, but not in the way we usually mean that. Some speculate, and again this is all alleged, that Diddy may have had to go through certain rites of passage to secure his place in the industry. And who was right there through it all? Janice, watching, maybe even managing, maybe even more than that.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
So when we put the pieces together,
Man, you
a
know
young
who the
and
hell P.
allegedly
Diddy is,
exposed to
Clive. Don't act
grown-up
like that.
content at a ridiculously
Goofy.
young age, a mysterious family dynamic where the mom might not even be the biological parent, industry players stepping in real early, and a mother figure who, by multiple accounts, was in the mix, not
Come
just
to think
watching,
about it,
but
she really don't. He
participating.
don't look
It
like her.
paints a chaotic picture. And now, let's talk about the present day. Because Diddy's trial, it's officially rolling into week 2. We've got bodyguards testifying, exes coming forward, victims breaking their silence, and the court docs. They are stacking up like dirty laundry. And no, I ain't even talking about just Cassie. This thing is way bigger than her. But here's where it gets real shady. There's talk that Janice Combs might allegedly be helping her son hide money. And it's not just speculation, y'all. Allegedly, Diddy had multiple properties and assets under her name, which could mean she ain't just the mom. She could be a whole person of interest in this mess. The feds, they don't play about money. If they find out Janice was helping Diddy protect or move assets, she's getting a closer look too, and fast. And while Diddy's out here looking guiltier than ever, some people are saying, what if Janice is the reason he turned out this way? Because let's be real, all that freaky behavior, the twisted power games, the control, the manipulation didn't pop up out of nowhere. It was learned, taught, passed down. And if the stories are true, Janice was the one who showed him the ropes. But what do y'all think? Is Janice just an overprotective mama, or the OG mastermind behind all of this? Could she be the real puppet master, or just another person lost in Diddy's shadow? Sound off in the comments below.
Man, I tell you one thing. Just imagine. Bro, imagine if Janice is not Diddy's mom. Imagine if Janice is not Diddy's auntie. Bro, what if it was somebody that, I'm pretty sure she had a club. She probably had a freak offs. She probably had freaked Diddy off when he was younger. If he lost his virginity at 12, he said, hey, it probably could have been Janice. But what if she's no kid to him at all, bro? Dang. What if they really like got a thing going on like behind, but she acting like his mama? That's weird, bro. Let me find that shit out right there. Ooh, wee.